Wow. Oh God, man, I just keep getting farther and farther and farther off the rails on these intros because I just love jumping in here and testing myself and seeing how far I can go before I make a horrifying mistake. No extra charge for mistakes. Guthrie Trap here coming to you. Born February 3rd, 1979. I'm 46 years old. I was born in Pensacola, Florida, raised in Lillian, Alabama on the Florida-Bama line. I've been in Nashville, Tennessee for 25 years. Every single penny I've ever earned in my entire life since I was 11 or 12 years old has been on this guitar right here. Not this particular guitar, but a guitar. I'm very proud of that, man. And you know what a hell of a ride it's been. And tonight I get to go down here in just a minute and play at Nelson's Drum Shop, literally right down the street from my house. Looking forward to doing a trio gig outside the Underdog for a change, a little change of scenery. It's a cool spot, man. It's a vintage drum shop right down the street. I'll try to get a couple videos for you tonight while we're setting up and having some fun. But it's been an amazing day. We've had some great weather. We're supposed to get some wind and rain and tornadic activity, which we don't enjoy here in Nashville. But the weather's been nice. It's been nice to get a little, the time change is always welcome. And so we're getting inspired. Everybody's fired up. The course has done amazing. Thanks so much to all you guys that have supported that. That's been a life changer. And I think it's changing some other people's lives. We're getting some amazing feedback. There's been, over 1,000 incredible comments that we've collected, and only 2 bad ones so far. And so one guy said that he just didn't like my attitude, and the other guy said that I was the worst teacher that YouTube's ever seen. And hey, that's fine. I'm happy when this many people are supportive and have bought the course and are saying amazing things about it. Then, man, bring it on. I can take it. Hey guys, look, I want to clarify something for you, man. Here's the thing. Let's just get down to the brass tacks of everything here. Anybody on YouTube that's making their living from YouTube is going to constantly be coming up with new-fangled marketing things and like, hey, here's a new slick term, and here's a new diagram, and here's a new this, and here's a new that. Man, it's kind of like the Fender Tele and the Fender Strat. You can't improve on the original design of those. There's some things that just you can't improve on. The fundamentals of the guitar are only as good as the person that's describing them to the student for the first time. And I know that might not make sense to you, but the fundamentals are not going anywhere. That's why I'm such a die-on-the-hill guy when it comes to the methods, and the shit that I'm teaching are not going to ever change. I'm just going to keep going back and trying to find new ways, excuse me, new ways to articulate this and try to shorten the time that it takes to get from my understanding of it to your understanding of it. To where I wish I could hook a USB cable up to your brains and you would just see all this immediately and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it's right there. It's hiding in plain sight. And so, that's why I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not worried about what people think of me on YouTube and my teaching methods, because I know it works. And I make my living doing other things other than being on YouTube. But I think a lot of people on there, they have to come up with these new fangled, trendy things. And it's confusing the shit out of everybody is what it's doing. I'm going to be brutally honest about it. I've seen some. I've gone down and done some research and seen some of these new things that people are trying to explain. And first of all, let's get away from that bullshit, because I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm just bringing up an observation that nobody's talking about. And so here's the thing. Let's get away from calling this the cage system. It only spells caged if you start on the C shape. C-A-G-E-D. Okay, great. It's a cool name, caged. I don't want to be caged. I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be in a cage. I don't want to be anywhere near a cage. And so I want to be free. That's what I want to be. I want to be, instead of the cage system, let's call it the freedom system. Let's get untrapped. Let's get uncaged. And so if I'm playing in the in an E chord, you can tell I've had a lot of coffee and I'm fired up. I'm excited, man. I had a nice massage earlier. Had a great lunch out in the sun. Got my car all tweaked and updated and everything running smoothly and kicking ass. And man, I'm just having a blast. I'm having a total blast. So look, guys, if you're in the key of E, well, then that's the E, D, C, A, and G shape. So the slick caged terminology doesn't even start in the key of E until you get here. Then it's C shape, E shape, D shape. So it's confusing the shit out of people. Here's the A shape. The A, key of A, the caged slick term doesn't even start until down here, because that's your C shape. So the pattern is steadfast and 100% solid as a rock. The fundamentals that go along with that. Here's your chord. Here's your arpeggio. Here's your pentatonic. Here's your major scale. Right? Okay, the same in the D shape. Same in the C shape. Oh, sorry, I'm going through this way back. Yeah, that's your major scale. Okay, so that's fine. That's all going to work. Okay, now we need to realize it's the sounds. Like, this is kind of an overview of everything that I like to really preach about. The sounds of music. Major 7, dominant 7, minor. You have to be able to hear those sounds. Okay, if I'm playing a triad, which means a root, third, fifth, that spells out a major chord. There's a minor, drop the third. There's a major 7, drop the root. There's a dominant 7, drop the root a half step. Okay, so if I'm outlining and I want to make those sounds that are in a song or in a chord, that's the way to outline those. Root, third, fifth, root for major, root, third, fifth, natural 7 for major 7, root, third, fifth, flat 7 for dominant 7, root, flat, third, fifth, root for minor. If you just took that right there, you'd be good for the next 20 years, because that is the concrete foundation of the guitar. It's not about modes. It's not about E equals MC square and a bunch of mathematics. Man, I've seen some videos on YouTube lately that I was so confused I got angry, because they're teaching you guys the wrong thing. It's not right what they're doing. It's way too confusing. It's not making any sense, and they don't know what they're doing. Let me just tell you something right now. This ain't about me and my knowledge. This is about me sharing what I've learned up to now with you guys so far. Here's the thing about Nashville. It's a song town. In 25 years of me living here, and I've worked with some of the, and arguably, well, not arguably, Jerry Douglas is the greatest living dobro player that's ever walked the face of the earth. I toured and recorded it with him for 7 years. You know, guys like Uncle Larry and you know, John Oates, Billy Gibbons, Kenny Greenberg, Rob McNally, Jed Hughes, Jack Roosh, Jack Pearson, Pat Burgesson, Tommy Emmanuel. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I've never in my life in this town heard anybody talk about modes. When I'm on a session, and I had a run of doing sessions, you know, worked on Harry Connick Jr.'s last record, and I'm bragging a little bit and bringing up some names and stuff because I don't ever do that, but I want you guys to know that this is the importance of this. This is directly affected to me teaching you guys some stuff on the guitar, is modes are never brought up in a studio. No producer or any fellow musician in any context of any kind in Nashville in 25 years has anybody said, hey man, on this song, it's this mode. Never, not one time ever, because it's bullshit. We're playing songs. We're thinking about chords going, you know, down, chords going on underneath our fingers in real time. What song are you playing? Because the mode is not going to get you there. I don't even know what they are. I know I use the mixed Lydian mode only because I'm playing a dominant 7 chord. That's the sound of a dominant 7 chord. It's not modal thinking. It's thinking about playing over chords in songs. And this is something that I'm trying to drill home to so many people so hard, because it is the truth. Ask other people. Please ask some other people. But this is the hill that I'm going to die on, is with this, because I know that it works. People say, man, you play really melodically. I love listening to you play. You're telling a story with your melodic playing. That's because I'm playing over the chords that are going down in the song, and I can hear it, and I can immediately go to whatever that vibe is. If it's this, if it's this, if it's this, through this really fast to give you an example, but that's it, man. It's hearing the music and being able to go there. It's not about this mode or that mode, or the pentatonic works over this and I'm just going to stop there. The pentatonic is like learning how to dribble a basketball if you want to be Michael Jordan. It's about, you know, learning how to, you know, use your driver if you want to be Tiger Woods or something. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's the bare bones fundamental. The pentatonic is not a stopping place. That's a starting place. The dominant 7 chord, you can't use a major pentatonic and a minor pentatonic. You have to combine these sounds. You have to use these color notes. I'm just playing through a bunch of chords, but you have to have an idea of what chord you're playing under. When you're sitting down, you got to have a chord progression. Just do this. Do A minor to D7. Do E minor to A7. Just do that. Do the two chords jam. But guys, this is the kind of stuff I'm fired up about it. I'm not yelling at you, but I want you to have the same intensity that I have for this. It's like, man, look, it takes a little work. It's going to take some time for it to click. But this is the path. This is the right path. And man, if I could have 50 of my best musician friends in here right now, they would agree, because this is the way that we're making music. And so anybody that plays with a lot of theory background, for the most part, they sound like that. It's stiff. They're thinking too much about it because they didn't play first. They're thinking about the recipe and not the food, you know. They're thinking about the music and the notes and the math, and they're not thinking about the emotion and the grit and really making some music and really saying something. I know I'm pushing the envelope a little bit on this episode, but I want you guys to start thinking about some stuff and start taking it really seriously. If you want to get better, this is the kind of shit that's gonna do it. It's don't waver. Don't shoot out and start chasing every YouTube video and thinking that's going to work. This is the right path. I'll stand by it. I'll talk to anybody. If you're a YouTuber and you watch this video and you want to message me and you think I'm full of shit, I encourage you to do so. Hey guys, I'm fired up, as you can tell. I'm looking forward to going down and trying to kick some ass on this gig with my buddies tonight. And just thanks so much for all the support. I'm fired up. I've devoted my whole life to this. For good or bad, I think for good. And man, just thanks a million. Telecasting to you from East Nashville. See you guys soon. Thanks so much. All right, cheers.